everyone and happy Halloween! In today's video I'm going to draw my favorite Halloween couple, Jack and Sally from Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. Now Halloween is all about tricks and treats, and I have a treat for you, so make sure to stay to the end of this video to find out how you can get a digital copy of this coloring page. But the other fun treat that I have for you is I want to show you how you can draw Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I did a quick sketch of her in last week's video where I talked about using Clip Studio Paint on the iPad. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. But a few of you asked me to give a tutorial on how to draw Sally, so let's jump right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a circle for Sally's head. And as you can see, my circles are really messy. Don't be too concerned about getting a really straight one line. I'll go over it time and time again to get just that right circle, and I don't worry about being messy because I'm going to end up erasing these lines anyway. The next thing is to add a little bit of point to the chin. Sally doesn't have a super big chin, so you don't have to make that over exaggerated. The next part is to divide the face up into guidelines. So first I'm going to put a line from top to bottom, in this case slightly diagonal, and then divide the head in just about half. The halfway line is going to be where the eyes are. Sally has huge eyes, which are kind of lemon shape. So a lemon is a circle that has two pinching points on either side. And Sally's pinching points are at a diagonal. So the inner corner of her eyes are a little bit lower and the outer corner of her eyes are a little bit higher. For a nose, I'm just going to use a flat pointed V shape. Now moving on to the mouth. So the mouth, I'm going to follow the same shape I did with the actual circle before I brought it out for her actual chin, and I'm going to bring that line around and I'm going to add in the bottom and upper lip. But the line I'm going to use as kind of a guideline to where I want the stitching for her fabric face. Now let's jump to the top of the head where I'm going to draw in Sally's hair. So her hair is kind of yarnish ragdoll hair, parted in the middle, and the hair just kind of sweeps down around her face. After that, we get to add in the fun details. So for her eyelashes, I'm going to add a couple of eyelashes, about 4 or 5 on each side, and then the pupils for her eyes, which are really small. Fun fact about Sally is that she doesn't have really eyebrows. Rather, it's the eyelids that help define out the emotions in her face. So I'm going to curve a shape over top of that and then slightly darken that in. At this point, I can go back and remove any lines I don't need. That's why it's really important to draw in pencil and to use a really light hand pressure so that it's easier to erase those guidelines when you're done using them. Let's add the final touches for Sally's face, which is the stitch marks. One around her smile and then one that goes over the top of her eye and down along her cheek. While I'm not going to go into how to draw Sally's whole body, one fun distinct feature is that she has a really long and thin neck. I'm going to add in just a few last minute details like the lines in her hair and a couple of different patterns for her outfit. For any of these details, I would highly recommend looking at some reference photos so that you get it just spot on, or totally be spontaneous and creative and come up with your own designs and patterns. Oftentimes, as I'm reading comments in the comment section of my tutorial videos, I find that a few of you guys get frustrated when you're following my tutorials and you're drawing along and it doesn't turn out right away the way you want it. It can definitely be frustrating. And of course, what I always say is to keep practicing. To draw, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get. But let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when I begin practicing. You see, I wanted to do a Jack and Sally piece, so I went ahead and filled up this paper with a ton of different Sallys. And you'll notice that all of them look a little bit different. There are some that are cuter and shorter, and some that are more like the movie, and some that are more my personal style. If your piece doesn't look exactly like mine or exactly like the Tim Burton movie, don't be frustrated with that. It's just your own style kind of poking through. Of course, we can always practice and get better at our style and improve our drawings, but there's always going to be a little bit of you in every drawing that you create. So don't fight it, embrace it. So now let's jump over to the actual finished piece that I want to do. I wanted to create a fun coloring page for you guys as a special Halloween treat. And I've always loved the story between Jack and Sally, and I wanted to draw a picture of them after the movie took place. But as I was inking this in, I noticed something. See, in my mind, I pictured Sally being really short compared to Jack. But then I went back and checked some reference photos on Jack and Sally together. But then I realized that Sally was much taller than what I'd first thought. And I thought, oh no, it looks like Jack and Sally had a daughter. I wanted the cute couple, and because I'd already started inking this in, there was nothing I could do to make Sally bigger. But maybe not. Then I thought, hey, if I'm scanning this into the computer to put as a digital copy for you guys, I could fix it digitally. So that's what I did. And again, I'm not going to go into details on how I did this. That could be a total video on its own, how to edit photos this way. But I went ahead and enlarged Sally, and then obviously had to change the angle of her hands and her head, which was a little bit challenging, but I think I pulled it off. Anyway, if you enjoyed this picture and would like to print it out, maybe for your Halloween party or just for you to personally use, I will leave a link in the description box below where you can go and check this out and download it for yourself. Let me know in the comment section, who is your favorite Halloween couple or any fictional couple? If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. God bless you guys. Keep drawing, and I'll see you guys in another art video. Bye-bye!